Hi, everybody, and welcome to our 46th episode of
Maughter podcast.
My name is Claudia. I am mother. This is Polly, she's daughter. And guys, I got some great news. So remember my sound machine that was like kind of like really crappy? Well, we got it fixed. We had to put new batteries in. So, Polly, what's our topic today? I'm absolutely loving this. Go ahead.
Missing and dead kids.
Missing and dead kids?
Missing and dead kids.
Oh, missing and dead kids.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Wait. I have an idea.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have an idea. But this made me laugh. So, we're driving. Polly was like, do you know what my pickup line is? And I'm like, no. What? And tell me what your pickup line is.
Oh, I said, are you soda? Because you're... What did I say?
I don't know. It's your pickup line. Did you forget your pickup line?
Yeah.
That's sad. Oh, wait. I was waiting for that. Dud. What's your pickup line? I don't have that song.
I can't remember. I'll think of it.
Mid podcast. I know what it was.
Yeah.
You know what my pickup line is when I wanted to date this one guy in high school?
Something gay.
I sat on the bus beside him because we bused home. I sat beside him and I said, "What are the chances of a girl like me dating a guy like you?" And it worked. Oh wait, not that one. See, people are laughing because they like it. Sorry, it's really loud.
Uh-huh.
That was my pickup line. That was really it. That was the only pickup line I ever had to use.
I can't remember what I'm thinking about it the whole time now.
That's too funny. Okay, so dead and alive kids. You just want to torture me or what?
No, missing and dead kids.
Missing and dead kids. Just an FYI, we don't know what's going on in July yet for our podcast because it could be kind of busy. So we might have to put a pause on that, right? We'll see.
Maybe, we'll see.
We'll try something. We'll figure something out, hopefully. Okay, so missing and dead kids.
Yeah, so
This
I know
is Pollys Pick.
you've heard about the Nova Scotia kids that are missing.
The boy and the girl.
Yeah, I just want to go over the timeline.
Okay.
Like, the important dates.
Okay.
Because I just read something that... I read an article yesterday that the stepdad passed a polygraph test. And he has no idea what happened to him.
All right, so a breakdown of what happened with these kids. Are you going to go through that, or are you just going to kind of just give it out?
Yeah, so May 2nd, brother and sister aged 6 and 4 were reported missing on the morning of May 2nd from their home on Gairloch Road in Lansdowne Station, which is 30 kilometers from New Glasgow, Nova Scotia.
Okay.
The children's stepfather, Daniel Martel, said Lily and Jack were home Friday morning with him, his partner, and their baby. He said that when they noticed the children were missing, they immediately ran outside to look for them. This is a quote. "I was ahead of the helicopters, ahead of the drones, screaming loud as I can until my throat hurt, running through water that was up to my waist," he said. "They hate being wet and cold, so they immediately would have come back into the house. The only 2 footprints are right beside the house facing the road, and that's it." RCMP said the siblings were believed to have wandered away. They noted that there was no evidence of abduction. What happened?
She lost it. So, they're 2 and 6? Or 4 and 6?
Yeah. Yeah, there was no evidence of an abduction, so it didn't qualify for an Amber Alert.
They're missing kids. It should be an Amber Alert regardless.
Martel called the search to be expanded to provincial borders in case the children were abducted. So that was the 2nd. May 3rd to 6th, ground search and rescue crews alongside police dogs, drones, and aircraft scoured the woods daily following the disappearance. There were upwards of 160 people on site, pushing ahead through the rainy and foggy conditions. Martella also told Global News that he hasn't had contact with the children's mother since May 3rd, when she left the area.
I heard about that. She left, up and left and went somewhere else.
Yeah. "You don't have to trust my word, but I'm the only one doing media for Jack and Lily, trying to keep the story alive and get them found," he said in a recent interview. When reached by phone, the children's mother Malaya Brooks Murray said she had been advised by RCMP not to speak to the media further. Her mother, Cindy Murray, also spoke to Global News at the time and said the family was hoping for a positive outcome.
Jeez.
May 7th, in a news conference, RCMP said the search for their siblings was being scaled back, with police saying there was little chance that the siblings could have survived several days in the heavily wooded area.
Oh.
RCMP said it has been all hands on deck effort, and that while they were scaling back the full search to look at more specific areas, they're not ending their efforts. We're not packing up and we're not giving up, said Staff Sergeant Curtis McKinnon, District Commander for the Pictou County District RCMP. Sorry, my throat's a little scratchy, so I might sound weird. May 8th and 9th, police said the RCMP's underwater recovery team searched bodies of water around Lansdowne Station, but the 2-day operation didn't uncover any evidence.
That's a positive thing, right?
Yeah. So that was the 8th and 9th. Now we're jumping to the 17th and 18th of May.
Ugh.
Renewed searches took place on the ground and in the air. RCMP said 115 volunteers came out during the weekend to comb through specific areas again. This weekend's search will be carefully reviewed and assessed by investigators and search managers to help in planning any further ground and air search efforts, the force said. The children's stepfather said he was thankful for the efforts of volunteers and authorities who took part in the renewed search. The scenario everyone is hoping for is we bring them home. That's the main objective. It always has been from day one, Martel said.
Yeah.
May 28th. RCMP confirmed the siblings were seen in public with family members the day before being reported missing, based on video footage and eyewitness accounts. Police also put out a call for dashcam footage or video along Gaelic Road between noon on April 28th and noon on May 2nd.
Sorry, they thought maybe they were missing beforehand? Is that why?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because I'm pretty sure that the day before or a couple days before they were kept home because they were sick.
Oh, so no one could confirm if they were home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Martel told Global News that he had taken a polygraph test, which he had offered to undergo. I do have results, and I don't know if I can share those results, but they were good in my favor, I'll say that. That was May 28th. June 1st and 2nd, the search resumed around the family's home on Gairloch Road for 2 days of targeted searching. Amy Hansen, Collister County Ground Search and Rescue Manager, said this weekend's search was focused on Gairloch Road, the Gairloch Road area, and along a nearby pipeline trail, where a small boot print was previously found. A crew of about 75 first resumed the search in rainy conditions on Saturday alongside 3 drones and 7 drone operators. Heavy winds and an incoming geomagnetic storm kept the drones on the ground on Sunday. Searchers hadn't uncovered anything new by mid-afternoon Sunday, and a discussion will take place with RCMP on whether or not another targeted search is needed. That's it.
It's been a month.
Yeah. It's been more than a month now.
So if these kids are alive,
somebody must have taken them. Because there's no way those kids can survive out there.
A month with no food and water?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think happened?
I think the mom has something to do with it.
Really? Has the mom taken a polygraph?
No.
Why?
Probably because she has something to hide. Because everyone was pointing fingers at the stepdad. Yeah. Because...
Dad's always accused first.
Yeah.
That's just a natural instinct, I feel.
Yeah. And he took it and he passed, so... And he's he's been the only one that's speaking to media, and they, broke up right after it happened.
So what do you think happened? What do you think?
I think she killed him and dumped him somewhere.
But they would have found the body by now.
They live in Nova Scotia.
Yeah. Water?
Yeah. They have a whole ocean.
That's sad. They're old enough. But wouldn't you hear them? I guess if they're mom. But the mom was with the dad.
Yeah.
In the house.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard anything about any, you know,
Third party kind of thing?
yeah.
Well, you
Like-
would see the tracks. You would see footprints. Do you know what I mean?
Unless they were carried to a vehicle.
But tell me a kid that's 4 and 6 is not going to freak out. You can't carry both those kids without them freaking out.
Why?
What do you mean, why? My kids are 8 and 5. You can't lift them up and put them in a car without them yelling.
Let's say middle of the night on May 1st. She gets up while her baby and her boyfriend are sleeping, takes her kids to her car while they're still half asleep, carries them to the car.
Yeah.
Takes them to a boat launch where somebody she knows has a boat, takes them out to the middle of nowhere and dumps them in the ocean.
But why? Like, they're old enough where they can be put, horrible to say, but they can be put in the system. Like, you can't just give up you can give your kids up if you can't deal with them. Horrible to say, but let's be realistic. You can't do that. Why not just do that instead of killing them?
Just wait until you hear about the next one.
Oh my God.
It's a lot worse.
That's just tragic. Well, I hope they're found alive, just for the sake of themselves.
Yeah, because not even the mother. It's not like she's... I haven't heard... I've seen her in one interview. And that was like when it first happened.
I feel like if that was my child, I would be pleading every single day on media, saying, please bring my babies back, period. You know?
Yeah.
I'd be completely distraught and everything. You probably wouldn't understand me. Because I'd be like so sad and crazy looking. But I wouldn't even give up. I wouldn't move out of my spot. I would be waiting there in case my kids come home. Mm-hmm. You know? Oh, okay. What's the next story of the next babies to break my heart?
I don't know if you've heard about this. This happened a couple days ago.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 Wenatchee girls who authorities believe were kidnapped by their father.
I just read about this on Facebook.
Are found dead on Monday at Chillen County campsite were bound and presumed asphyxiated. Olivia Decker, 5, Evelyn Decker, 8, and Paitlin Decker, 9, went missing Friday after they didn't return home following a custodial visit. Their father, 32-year-old military vet Travis Decker, is charged with 3 counts of first-degree aggravated murder and 3 counts of kidnapping in connection to their deaths. He has not been located.
So he's a fugitive?
Yeah. Through a search of cell phone records and license plate readers, investigators found Decker's 2017 white GMC Sierra pickup truck in the Rock Island campground near Leavenworth, according to court records. When searching the area, investigators found the bodies of the 3 girls down an embankment about 100 yards from the truck. Each had a plastic bag over their head, and their wrists were zip-tied or showed signs of being zip-tied. A preliminary investigation led officers to believe they died of asphyxiation. Excuse me. Bags and zip ties were also strewn throughout the campsite, and bloody handprints were found on the truck.
Did he say who they were?
No. According to the documents, police found personal items at the campsite like blankets, car seats, food, a cooler, and a wallet. Cell phone record investigators obtained showed Decker drove through the campsite the night before the children went missing and then returned with them the next day. The girl's mother, Whitney Decker, told police in court documents that she had been divorced for several years and have a parenting plan that limits Travis Decker's visits to every other weekend with no overnight stays because he had recently lost housing. At the end of their 7-year marriage, he was diagnosed with BPD, borderline personality disorder, for which he does not take medication.
Oh.
He was supposed to seek mental health and anger management treatment, but hasn't. His ex-wife noted he was quieter than usual, and his wages were being garnished for not paying child support. He had been talking about getting rid of his dog over financial concerns, according to court records.
So he kidnapped the kids. He took them from the house.
Yeah. Well, listen to this. Overnight camping trips are allowed, only with clear details of plans and extra clothing, but the children left home only with the clothes on their back.
So they're not allowed overnight stays because he doesn't have a house, but they're allowed campsites?
Yeah.
With no supervision?
Yeah, he's still allowed.
Do you not feel like that's a little bit unrealistic for a freaking court order?
I mean, if it was something they did all the time, why would you question it?
He's not mentally stable. Like, that would be the first issue.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I would be taking my kids and be like, you can't see them until you freaking get your stuff together. Like, period. Yeah. Medicated and stuff like that and seek counsel.
Yeah. When Travis Decker didn't return at his scheduled time, Whitney Decker began calling him but believed his phone was turned off. It was something he had never done before, she told police. He has never failed to return the children, and overall the children and their father have a good relationship. Law enforcement is asking for help finding Travis Decker. He was last seen wearing a light-colored shirt with dark shorts. He has black hair, brown eyes. He's 5'8", weighs 190 pounds. He may pose a risk if he's approached.
Where was this again?
This is Wenatchee.
States?
Yeah, Washington.
That's sad. I literally just read about that like a day ago on Facebook. Yesterday, I think it was.
Yeah. The family has established a GoFundMe to help the girl's mother with expenses. I am upping the goal amount of this fundraiser so Whitney can take time off, care for herself, and cover the final expenses of the girls without taking a financial hit. Every little bit counts. Send Whitney all of your prayers, love, and support.
That's sad. Imagine you create a family with this man, you separate, and he takes away your kids. Just like
all
that.
All 3 of them.
All of them. That's all you had left. Literally all you have left.
Look at the little girls.
They're just babies. I can't even. That's unnecessary tragedy.
Yeah.
You got more sadness for me?
That's it.
That was just
pretty sad. And I can't believe that guy's still on the run.
So they don't know where he is. He's probably somewhere else.
I think he probably already offed himself somewhere.
Yeah. I
mean, besides his job, which he can't even make any money from, what does he have?
I just feel like it's sad because it's like, there's no closure for the family.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, why did you do this? His excuse, well, not excuse, his reasoning could be mental ill, right? Mental illness. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying it's an excuse, but it's the reasoning behind it all. Especially if you're supposed to be taking medication for bipolar and you're not. Like, what do you...
The saddest thing to me is that there was 3 of them, and there was one that had to watch 2
Oh,
of
don't
sisters.
even... I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
And your kids, what are you going to do? What can you do? Nothing.
You're in the middle of a campground. It's not like you can run and get help.
Well, what happened if you were camping there and you noticed that happening? What would you do?
Call the police?
Yeah, but police aren't going to get there in time. Would you do, like, how would you help them? Like, it would be different if Dan was with me, obviously, because Dan would be like, that killing you and saving these girls, obviously.
If he wasn't armed, tackle him. Tackle him and hold him there.
Do you know who I am? I got to worry about 2 other kids.
Not you.
Anybody else tackle him but me. But Claudia, because she's incapable. I'd probably get, like, a frying pan or something that I had. Lock my kids in the car. Be like, don't move. Call the police. Maria knows how to dial 911 and all that procedure. She'd be like, where are you? In a campground? I don't know, mommy.
Oh, are you soda? Because you're so delicious.
In the middle of the podcast. What did I say? Hold on, guys.
See, it's funny,
right? Yeah. Thank you for the middle of the podcast and giving us your pickup line. The crab says, good job, Holly. Good job. Good pickup line. Are you a soda because you're so delicious? I said down, I'm like, what? You make no sense. I'm not going to say that.
Like, I don't get it.
I'm not going to say it in front of Maria because Maria would be like, Mommy. She goes to me, I don't even know what we were watching on Facebook. She goes to me, Mommy, I know what to do if someone tries to kidnap me. I'm like, yeah? If someone not kidnap me, sorry, if someone comes pick me up. Because I talked to her, about, never getting in cars with strangers, you never leave with anybody, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes, I know what to do. I'm like, okay. She goes, if someone comes up to me and says, your mom told me to come pick you up. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what do you say? She's like, I'm going to be like, my mom has no friends. And I'm like, What? And she's like, yeah, you have no friends, so I'm safe. I'm like, oh my gosh, it doesn't work that way, kid.
Yeah, I'm your mom's friend. I came here to pick you up.
My
mom doesn't have friends.
Get out of here. You know what's crazy though? I've seen a couple things on Facebook. Now my Facebook is gonna blow up with this, of course. Where people come in, like this guy came in with like a transformer car, and he was going on the street, and these kids were playing hockey. They were probably like 10 or 11. And he's like, hey, cool car. And he's like, yeah, you guys go for a ride? And they're like, yeah, sure. And they literally hopped in. And then another set of kids.
I love those where the parents set the kids up.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, my kid isn't going to get, no, boom, they got in. There's another one where it's 2 older girls and a little boy. Like, the boy was like 3. And they're like, oh, cool car. And like, yeah, you guys want to get in for a ride? He's like, yeah, come on. And they grab their little brother and they put the brother in the car too. And when they get out, this is the crazy part. The mother goes to the little, okay, there's 2 girls that are like probably like 8 and 7. And there's 8 and 5. And then there's a 3-year-old, okay? She goes to the little boy and she's like, why did you get in the car? And he's like, oh, but you can't get in the car with strangers. You know that. I'm like, why are you lecturing a 3-year-old? You've got 2 older sisters who literally picked him up and put him in the car. And the worst part is they had a video. They didn't even put the kid in a car seat or not even seatbelt. They just held him like with her arm. And I'm like, what? Like, you're lecturing this little boy when you should be lecturing your older kids. And then he came to the third one, was 2 girls. They were about like 6 or 7. And they're playing outside. And they saw the car. They're like, cool car. And he's like, do you guys want to get it come in for a ride? They both ran inside. And he's like, oh. They ran in for that's good. He's like, yeah, they ran in. That's good. But I'm like, why are you lecturing this little kid when his siblings are right there?
Yeah, that's like the same thing happening with all 3 of our kids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right? But he'd be like, come on, Riley, let's go. What do you think? My idea would be too scared.
Yeah.
She would instantly be like, no. She's like, I don't know you. And my idea would be like, she'd freeze. She'd be like, no.
Yeah, she'd freeze.
Yeah. That's just the way Chilita is, yeah.
I saw this one where this guy was posing as an ice cream truck driver.
Oh my god.
And he was like, oh, my ice cream's in the back. Come get it. And it was an older sister and a younger brother. And they kind of hesitated, but they went up. And they went in. And their mom came out after they got into the truck. And she goes to the little boy. She's like, why did you go in there? He's like, ice cream?
No. Just lures him with ice cream.
And he's like 5.
Oh, that would be Handra. He'd be like, it would be the crappiest candy. He'd be like, do you want some candy? Man, and now I'm giving people tips. Please not do this to my kids. Thank goodness you don't know where I live. And then
Ian's like, on my way.
Yeah, he's on his way. Hi, Ian. He'd be like, I got some candy. Yeah, he'd be like, and I'd be like, he'd be like, you want some candy? Come on in. He'd be like, okay. Come on, Riley, let's go. No hesitation whatsoever if it comes to candy. Maybe pets and toys, too.
Yeah.
My kids have a weakness. Chelita has absolutely not... She would be completely hesitant. She'd be like, no. I did one right, at least, right? Give it to Polly. Be like, Polly wants a candy? Come on in. She'd be like, no, you got money? I got bills to pay, yo. Yeah. That's too funny.
$20 is $20.
Yeah, right. $20 for your life. It reminds me of the Criminal Minds, the first episode of Criminal Minds, when the guy was selling his car. I'm always hesitant with that kind of stuff, like online selling and stuff like that. I make sure like Dad is always home, or it's like, yeah, EMT. But at the same time, I'm always hesitant to give my address out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't give it to the and then afterwards I'll like delete my address. It's like, wait a minute, what does it matter? You have me on your GPS.
Yeah, that's why I always like leave my stuff outside.
Well, and everyone's like, oh, just go to the cop shop or go to some public place. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So someone's gonna buy a pair of shoes of my kid for my kid's old shoes. What am I gonna do? Be like holding them up in the freaking parking lot? Be like, oh, I'm over here.
No, just tell them what car you have.
Oh, that's just creepy too. I guess it's safer to do in a public area, but I don't know if
I've met people in public for... Like, I met this chick at the mall to get a jacket off of her.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because it was more convenient? Or was it... Well, that's what I mean, right? People do it for convenience.
Well, I don't know what it was for her.
What her reasoning was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, other times... Like, if it's women, I'm less hesitant.
Oh, I'm definitely. But there have been times where I've talked to people. Like, for example, me... If I'm picking up something, there's 95% chance Dad will pick it up. But I'll be like, okay, I'm sending my boyfriend. But I let them know I'm sending my boyfriend over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dad just doesn't show up be like some rando picking up this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But there have been times, like, where women will say, my husband's coming to pick this up.
Yeah, I always say, like,
Yeah.
If it wasn't me, then it would be this person.
Yeah, but, like, I've had times where I've, like, talked to women and some guy comes on.
Yeah, same.
And there's this one person.
And that's why I always leave my stuff outside.
Well,
because I used to give away, like, boxes of food
yeah.
that I didn't use. And I'd always message with women, but it would always be the husbands or the boyfriends picking it up.
Yeah.
And I just would always leave it outside.
I don't know what we were getting rid of. It was something of Dan's. I want to say, like, maybe a treadmill, because it wasn't working. He tried to fix it and it didn't work. And it's a non-working condition. And we posted that. I had some guy message me and he's like, hey, can I pick this up? I'm like, sure. When did you want to come? He's like, tomorrow. I said, okay, cool. So I told Dan, like, hey, this guy's going to pick up the treadmill possibly tomorrow. He's like, okay. And then I get another guy. He's like, hey, can I come up pick up tomorrow? I'm like, well, it's pending pickup. I said, I'll let you know if he falls through. So the other guy didn't message me. So I messaged the other guy, hey, if you want to come pick it up. And then right after, this other guy's like, hey, because I told him I'm in the vicinity. He's like, oh, I'm in the vicinity. Can I come pick it up now? So I messaged the other guy. I'm like, hey, it's pending pickup. Sorry, they're going to come soon. You know what it was?
Huh.
Both of them were there. They were both pleasing the thing to get it. And they were both here. And I'm just like, because I'm looking at the profile picture. And it's Dan. I'm like, but they were like both going for the same thing because they knew each other. They were helping each other. They both came out of the same truck. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. They both came out of the same truck to get the treadmill, to move it.
So they just wanted it.
Exactly. Sure. Yeah. And I was just like, that's so weird. Dad's like, yeah, probably has more than you realize. Especially if it's a big item, right? And they really want it. Yeah, it was messed up.
Well, I mean, there's things that we get, like, all of us to message for.
Yeah, that's true. What is that sticker on there? I just noticed. Sorry. Yeah, that's true. Like, Dan will be like, hey, Polly, can you please this kind of thing? Just so you can
for
get
weights
it.
And stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
For things that we know that a lot of people are going to message for.
I messaged once. It was funny. 3 people messaged. Dan messaged first. Some other person. I said, please. I pleased it. And then all of a sudden, the chick messaged me. She's like, hey, you got it. I'm like, thanks, I'm just going to send my boyfriend instead. Like, you wouldn't notice from the profile picture. But still, I was just like, so babe, she totally skipped you and this other person and gave it to me. And he's just like, what? How was that even fair? I'm like, it's the way Facebook works, sorry. But yeah, no, it was funny. I was like, hee hee. It was something for him anyway, something matter.
Yeah, like this, this chick, I messaged her about, I can't remember what I was getting from her. But anyway, she's like, oh yeah, this is my address. I live in an apartment. And I was like, okay. So it was like kind of sketch going to her apartment, right? But whatever.
Yeah.
You can be loud and people will hear you.
Yeah, that's true.
So I went up there and it was funny because I would always take the same bus for work at the time. And she was always on the same bus.
Shush.
And I was like, oh, I think I've seen you on the bus before. And I freaked her out by saying that. She was scared. And I was like I didn't mean to be freaky. Like, I just recognized her.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, do you take this bus?
You even said that to her. You probably terrified her.
Well, I said it like, oh, do you take this bus? Because I'm always on there going from here to here.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, yeah. And I was like, okay.
Now I just scared you, and I'm probably going to stalk and kill you because I know where you live.
I'm a 20-year-old girl. Like,
yeah.
I didn't mean to scare you.
I don't know if you were with me when I sold that cake around here, and it was on a community page. And the girl's like, hey, I want to make this cake. So I did the cake order. And then she's like, okay, I live in an apartment, so let me know when you're here. And she was just lifting up right up there. And it was a cocomelon cake that I made.
Okay.
And she's like, okay, just message me when you're here. I'm like, well, I'm leaving my house. You're literally like a 3-minute drive. And she's like, okay. So just text me when you're here. I'm like, okay. So I text her. And I'm waiting, because it's an apartment. But it's like one of those small apartments. Like, it's like a 3-level kind of thing, or 2-level. Mm-hmm. But I messaged her. I'm like, hey, I'm here. Nothing. And I'm waiting there for 5 minutes. And I have this cake. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And then she finally messaged. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was dealing with a baby, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no worries. But she comes out with nothing. Not even a child with her. And I'm like, you just left your baby up there? I'm like, okay. She's like, hey, here you go. I'm like, and then she's like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh, I remember you. You picked up a few things for me before. Because I had picked up something as well from her. She had to come outside for me. And I thought, and I just cleaned. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's the same girl. But yeah, she's like, oh, sorry, I was dealing with my baby. I'm like, looking around. Where's his baby? Baby was upstairs still. And it was like,
there might have been someone there.
Well, I'm hoping so. But yeah, it was just, I don't like doing those kind of things when they're like apartments. It makes it a lot harder. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like awkward.
Well, people can't help living in apartments. So.
No, I know. But what's even weirder is like the locations where they are, because it's like, how do I pick this up when it's like Dad had to go to pick up something off of White Ave, but it was like the busy part of White, and it's like a residential.
Where do I park?
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, it was even a part by Nelly.
That's why
there.
Everybody dreads going downtown to pick stuff up.
I don't even go downtown to pick anything up. I just, in my area, and that's good enough. Like, it depends if it's worth it. Like, fabric, yeah, okay, well, fabric is worth anywhere. I'll be like, Dad, you're in Calgary, or you're in, like, somewhere like Medicine Hat. You want to go and pick this up for me? He'd be like, no. It's some random dude. I'm here to pick up some fabric. How would you do? You'd be like, you're just tough. Throw it at him and run.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my goodness.
And they were messaging with you the whole time?
Yeah, right? Yeah. Okay, totally off topic, sorry. Let's put a pause here for a second because we're going to find... What was our sound last week?
I don't know.
I can't remember either. We're going to take a peek.
One sec.
Okay, we noticed that last week as well. We did the same thing. We had to pause it to find out what the sound was. So, Ian, you are correct. But you're 50-50 because it was scissors. It wasn't cutting with scissors, but it was scissors. So good job, Ian. He's our first person. Oh, wait. I got this, guys. The first person who got our first mystery sound. Ready? Good job, Ian. That was Polly. I'm sorry.
It was the sound machine.
Oh, well, Polly pressed the sound machine. Okay, this is our new mystery sound. Listen. Okay, one more time. Let us know if you guys can figure... Okay. Anyway, let's find out next week if you guys can figure out what the mystery sound is.
Probably not.
Ian. Probably not Ian. We hope you guys...
Because I don't think he has any use for those.
That's true, yeah. I love this machine.
Wait, let me do this one.
Don't do the fart one.
No, not that one.
I don't know why you do the laughing one.
Not that one.
Which one did you want to do?
Holy, can these people shut up?
Deadly. What's that one where your thumb is? That one. I changed the batteries and it's so loud. I'm gonna have to let the kids play with this tomorrow. Yeah, we should do that one for $20. $20. That rocket is loud. We need like realistic ones. That one is disgusting. They had that last little belt at the end too. Like a spring. Sounds like a really broken. That was like a loud one. The whistle was funny too. This one I don't like. It's breaking glass. Okay, we should probably say goodbye.
Headphone warning.
Headphone warning, yeah, no doubt. We should probably put a headphone warning on this episode. Well, you guys, we hope you had yourselves a great week. We should go next week. Are good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we will talk to you guys next week, and don't forget to
subscribe, comment, share.
What are you waiting for? Oh yeah, to sip your sniping when you had a mouthful.
Yeah,
you're funny. Okay, you guys, have yourself a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.